Hello and welcome back, everybody. Guess what? Our next run is ready. This is Unicorn Overlord. Any percent story. Sorry, I forgot that didn't change. We unlocked an incentive. This is Unicorn Overlord. Any percent story by Kuro. Take it away. I'm very excited to finally see some unicorns. Right?
Kind of. Hello everyone. Welcome to Unicorn Overlord. This is a new game that just came out in March by Atlas and Vanillaware. A new strategy RPG. It's a little different from your Fire Emblems and Final Fantasy Tactics and all that, which you'll soon see. Anyways, of course, I am not alone. I am joined by 3 commentators. If you would like to introduce yourselves.
I'm theoretically Moss. I'm a player of low percent for this game.
My name's Dell, and yeah, I do things around this the Unicorn Overlord speedrunning server, Discord server.
Hi, I'm Finidar, and I run the any percent category mostly. Recently started doing the true N percent, but yeah.
So with all of that, once we get to endgame, we'll see the beautiful animations, but for now, let's just get started. So in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so if you think of like tactical strategy RPGs, you think of like Fire Emblem and like, you know, something grid-based, kind of like anime chess and all that. This game works a little differently. You'll see very soon that there is no grid and that everyone has freedom of movement that we utilize immediately. So as you saw, I just moved my character a bit. So the guy in the top right, we moved out of his detection range. So what you're supposed to do is reach the guy down below, going left or right, and you're supposed to get into 2 fights. However, fortunately, we're able to just get right under his detection range. He did eventually notice us, but we're so far ahead that he won't notice. Which is a huge time save compared to having to fight both fights. But yeah, that was a little flashback.
As you probably noticed.
Oh yeah, you can go.
Oh, I was gonna say, you probably noticed we have to watch the combat animations, and they eat up a good 20 seconds each. So anything we could do in the early game to skip battles, we can skip the battle animations later. But for now, anything we can do to skip battles is going to save us a good amount of time overall.
Yeah,
so
first 5 minutes are spent watching animations.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a flashback scene of the mother of our protagonist, Elaine, our blue boy here. So as you saw, it was that's basically what we're supposed to look like in Endgame, having a full team of 5, everyone promoted and high leveled. It's gonna be a little different when we do Endgame. But yeah, this is the combat happening right now. So this is the combat animations. We cannot skip it until later on, so we will see them. But they are very pretty and the music's very good. Highly recommend this game if you've never played it. There is a free demo, so it's really, really nice. But how the game works... yeah. So how it works is, each like circle is a unit. Which is just a basically you make different teams of right now we're stuck at 2 characters per unit, but eventually that will increase to a maximum of 5. Right now we're controlling Lex, who is on his lonesome, and he doesn't do too hot. So how this game works, basically you can think of combat like it works like a Pokemon battle where it's think of like double battle where, like, you know, it's based on their speed stat, but in this game it's called initiative. And they get their active turns, which is the moves in orange if you're seeing those. However, what separates this game is there is passive skills that use passive points. These do not activate on a turn, but rather by a certain trigger. So you'll see here with Joseph and Chloe here, so Slice was his active skill. He pulled up a guard as his passive, and now he's pursuing as a passive, following up on Chloe's attack. So yeah, the combat is very, like, it's very intricate. It's super fun to, like, figure out. And yeah, we do not have a lot of time to explain it, unfortunately, but it is quite a scene. But here's kind of where the game begins, really, with our good old friend Hodrick. Anyone want to explain Hodrick?
he ends runs.
So Hodrick is an armor knight, and as you can see, he first of all, he can guard his allies, but also because he has that really massive shield, he has a very high chance to block our attacks, which is really annoying because whenever you block an attack, you take half damage from it. And as you can see, there's a good amount of guys around Hodrick, and sometimes this can happen where he just guards all of our attacks, and we don't really have a good way around this. This fight's entirely RNG. The average round of combats against Hodrick is 3 rounds. It can go on for as few as 2 rounds, but it can actually go on for as many as 5. Oh, Lord. It can go on for as many as 5 rounds.
They really intend you to use the magic unit here that they provide you with, but we said no.
Yeah, Hodrick has a 63% guard rate, and when he guards, he reduces damage by 75%, which is a lot, as he's doing here. So an unguarded hit would do 16 damage, but here we're being reduced to 4. So yeah, we could have killed him in that second combat, but it didn't happen. Okay, cool. He almost ran out of stamina, but yeah, there's an unguarded hit. So yeah, this is a big reset point of the run.
Yeah, unfortunately, running into that soldier didn't give you better RNG. 'Cause I saw that you were going to get 8 damage before and after, so.
Yeah, that's a kind of risky strat we do. But anyways, we're not completely out of the tutorial yet. We do pick our difficulty and get into our kind of last tutorial map. Story is the lowest difficulty. It's like the casual or whatever equivalent other games have. But here is kind of the first real map. So basically how every map works is that protect your own command post and get the enemy's command post. So basically the boss, every map is basically defeat boss. So we ignore all other enemies. Please don't rest, please.
Not gonna go poorly.
Right, run over.
This is the last combat animation we'll see until endgame. Thanks getting to 4,900 and counting. But yeah, now we'll be able to skip animations. So now maps should go by quicker. If I make any mistakes and have to get into more fights, it will also go quicker.
No, getting into more fights, that's just RNG minute, right?
Yeah, of course, of course. So here is the boss. You see, we did kill him, but he's not allowed to die because this is still kind of a tutorial. As for the battle forecast, you saw that we did get the kill. So unlike Fire Emblem that shows you a projection, like a forecast of what the odds are, how this game's battle forecast works is it tells you the results. It doesn't tell you the specifics, but it tells you whether you're gonna take a lot of damage or whether you deal a lot of damage. And with that, we can all that RNG that happens in that fight, when you see it, is all set, so you can tell what's gonna happen. But anyways, we're out of that and we're almost out of the tutorial. Our first bit is expanding our unit. So we're expanding our unit to have a maximum of 2 characters to 3, which will very much be helpful. Again, this goes up to 5, but we will not be seeing that. But yeah, this is an open world game, so unlike a lot of I did not want to go to the armor. Unlike Fire Emblem, which is chapter by chapter, you're free to explore. So if you think of this game like Breath of the Wild, the end game is technically available to us. The only thing stopping us is our own ability to complete it, basically. So yeah, we're just past the tutorial and we're maybe 7 some minutes in, and we're gonna beat this game in 15 minutes from now. So how we do that is we do very quick preparations and then rush the end game. So right now we're just exploring the map a bit of downtime here, just collecting warp points for later that we can fast travel to, picking up items on the ground. That's nice. So if there's any thing the host would like to share, here's your time.
Fantastic. Thank you for that. I want to take a moment to say hello, everybody, and welcome back to Running Through Wonderland. This is day 4 of the Mutual Aid Speedrunning Marathon, and we're all coming together to raise money to help with the cost of Alice at Wonderland Games' gender-affirming surgery, which is coming up in February of 2025. If you'd like to help with that, please type !donate in the chat. That'll give you the right link. Just know that at current, we've raised $4,901, and we're still counting. The goal is to reach 5,000 total, especially if we can reach it by the end of the night, and I want to see how much higher we can get beyond that. We do have 2 incentives open right now. For Stardew Valley, which is our first run of tomorrow, if we reach $5,100, we will adopt the pet that is offered to us at the start of the game, and we do have a bid war that is open alongside that. To choose which of those 2 pets, the cat or the dog, we will adopt. Specifically for that bid war, though, you do have to select that when donating. At the bottom of the page, there's a little incentives bar, and then you can select the pet bid war and whichever you're feeling. I'm a cat person, personally. I don't know if anyone has opinions on cat versus dog here, what they'd like to see tomorrow. I'll take that as everyone wants a cat.
I would like the cat.
You know what? Cat's correct.
Correct answer.
I'm a dog guy. I'm sorry.
I'm on
Do you have a
Team
particular
Doggo as
kind of
well.
dog you're a big fan of, or?
My dog.
Correct answer.
All right, so here we are in another map. This is kind of what you're intended. This is where like the story leads up to right now. What happened like kind of in the interim of the cutscenes we skipped is that our childhood friend Scarlet got captured, and we're basically fighting to get her back. However, she is kind of our lead. Really? Oh, I forgot to move Kitcha. Oh well. Well, we'll see what happens. Anyway. So yeah, Scarlet's the least of our concerns. Here, we just get other things. She allows us, cleaning this map lets us explore more of the game. And also, we get Fran. So you saw we have a flying unit now, a Griffin Rider. She is very useful. As you can see, she just ignores all terrain. Yeah, we'll see what happens with Lex here. Typically, that battle's supposed to not go that way. But yeah, we're fighting Galerius. You guys want to take over while I menu? Oh. OBS disconnected.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Reconnected. All right.
Hi, welcome back.
Really?
Hi, bye.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh. Apparently I'm live.
Mm. Tech is fun.
Okay. Sorry, everyone. OBS and I have been fighting today and decided to strike during the run. Anyways, let's continue. I'm gonna do menuing if you guys want to take over as to what's like happening.
I just want to sleep. Sorry.
So Galerius has a special passive skill where the first 2 attacks that you do to him are negated. The reason why we put Travis onto the squad with Joseph is because Travis has an active skill that hits twice, and it's not very strong, but those 2 attacks are enough to negate the shield. And Travis, being a thief, is also very fast, so he's virtually guaranteed to go ahead and get that off immediately, which allows us to pretty safely kill him.
And yeah, so just like that, we have gotten Scarlet back, but again, least of our concerns. Most importantly, we have a flyer, which makes traversal through future maps very helpful, and we can also leave the starting area.
Yeah.
That
We beat
being
the final boss guy, right? That means we won. Yeah.
that is, he does come back as the final boss, that Galerius fellow. He does come with a spiffy new horse, but we will get there when we get there. So now we're just gonna do a bit of prep, do one more mission to get a very important character. And yeah, so first we stop into town a bit. We need to do some prep.
You walk out, it's gone forever.
Menuing. So we're getting things from the armory, so that's accessories and things, and we can also get things from the provisioner. These are items we can use in battle, which we won't use just yet, but we'll head over to here. While I set up for Yana, does anyone want to explain how Yana's map goes?
So Yana's map is essentially just we want to fly past the map and hit the boss, but we also want to save time by not hitting tutorial triggers because no one wants to know how to play the game.
Yeah, and this map is also a little scary there because our base is going to be completely exposed pretty much the whole time, and yeah, if you don't do your pathing correctly, unfortunately, the one of the enemy units, that guy right there, the small guy who's walking past, he will take your base, and yeah, that'll just be a game over.
Hopefully I did it right. Cool.
Yeah, we're fine.
If it goes on for even like half a second longer, we would have game overed. So it's a very walking the tightrope type strat, but it is fast. Talking about fast, one benefit of Fran is that she has a Valor skill called Haste and Call, which lets her double her mobility. Valor is a resource on the top left of the screen whenever we're in battles. You guys want to talk about Valor? Or actually, wait, before we talk about Valor, we can do that during the next map, where we get our very important characters. So the whole reason we do this map is just so we can unlock Elheim, which is the land of the elves. Once we walk in, we are introduced to Rosalinda, who is like the only reason why any percent is as fast as it is. She is very good. One of the primary gimmicks of elves is that they attack with both physical and magical power. But the thing with Rosalinda is that so how this game calculates damage is that she's effectively hitting twice, once physically, once magically in the same move. So she's quite good. But she is also level 10. But I think we're good for the end game. So this is the checkpoint before end game, and these guys are level 40 and strong.
Stand ready.
So yeah, I think we got a chance.
We got this.
Do you guys want to explain kind of what the strat is here?
So there's this thing called Valor skills. So if you notice at the top, we have Valor points, and essentially Valor skills scale based off of not your own level, but the level of the map, and so it does damage based on that. And as you can see, we spend Valor points to do Wild Rush and whatnot, to do massive damage, and we get some cool experience and win.
Yeah, so Wild Rush, it does cost 3 Valor, so it is pretty expensive. We saw that I used an item called Hollowed Cornash. We love Hollowed Cornash. That will, okay, cool, I win. That boosts our Valor by 2, but it's not easy to come by, and we do not have a lot of Valor to play with. But as you can see, it's very strong. We basically go in a line and kill many things on our path.
Yeah.
There's an 8% chance that this doesn't work. It all depends on Clive hitting. Ooh, wow, he missed.
No.
Cool. That is okay. Because he missed, that was an 8% chance to happen, because it's a 32% chance. Or, yeah, a 92% chance for him to hit. Because of that risk, I just made a backup save of an alternate timeline where he does hit.
Yeah, it's fun.
Hey, wow, he hit.
Wow.
Awesome.
All right. So just like that, so we gained a ton of experience. Catching up on experience in this game, the game is very generous. It's very easy to get units who are under leveled to whatever level like you're fighting. Just because I have the EXP like curve happen, I don't want to save. So because of that, we have now unlocked the end game. Rosalinda has gotten a bunch of spiffy new skills that typically we wouldn't have time to explain, but because of your generosity and the fact that we reached the milestone, we can actually explain what's going on, at least to the best of our ability. But we are just preparing for the end game now, so we're buying your final things and getting a new friend. So because we are rank D renown, we're allowed to recruit generics, which are just random people, random names. But generics are like really good, but that's a whole other discussion we won't get into yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are heading into Unicorn Overlord, the final mission of the game. Enemies are very high leveled. Elaine, our lord, is level 1. So he's being put in the front lines. Anyways, I'm gonna focus up because the menuing here is pretty intense. So take it away, you all.
Yeah, okay. So, like you said, we're just gonna get Elaine equipped here. We're gonna get our units all nice and set up. And here we're going to see one of the features in the game. You have these temples, and there are various temples with different abilities. This one in particular basically sends out a lightning storm off in a line, and we use it to deal damage to the units up in the top right.
What shall I do?
And this is important because we need to get them low enough so that when we summon warriors to come out and help us, that they can just one-shot them and we don't have to worry about them doing a bunch of damage to us. Because Clive is also very, very vulnerable since he's by himself and these other units have like 4-5 guys on them. So it would stay the first.
I must never yield.
Yeah, so far, so this map is a bit different than just rush the boss and win. The boss does not appear until we beat the 4 mini bosses here. So basically, Clive, the horse guy, he will be doing his half of the map while Fran and the strike squad does the other. As you can see, Theodora has a bunch of siege weaponry, ballistas, and catapults. The good thing about that is that we can use it against her. So we weakened these guys with the thunder. We used the sellsword, that unit we purchased from the town. Summon soldier summons green units, and like Moss said, Valor skills, the power of the Valor skill is based off the map, not the unit, or not the character. So even though she is level 5, the green units are very strong. But yeah, so there's one boss. So we just don't even need to interact with her. We can just shoot her from afar, which is very funny. But yeah, so that is Clive. Clive is going to move up to Narcisse over here. And in the meantime, as he's making that movement, Fran is here, and we get to fight Helonius. And oh boy, these fights are something. Helonius, so there's a bunch of different races in the game with different effects. So this is basically the fairy, or the angel boss. I set up correctly. And yeah, so let's see what happens. So here's the battle animation. So Rosalinda starts with Rage of the Fairies, which attacks a row of enemies and inflicts stun, which would be great, but the enemy has a feather bow, and she can react to just blind you if you're doing an attack, which sucks, which means we didn't get that attack off. Fran was also blinded, which means she should have missed her attack, but Helonius ended up guarding because he has a covering skill, and even though Fran is blind, she still hits even though guarding. As you saw that screen wipe there, that was Elemental Roar. That's kind of Rosalinda's bread and butter, one could say. Kind of the reason we're able to wipe the floor with a lot of these guys is that she has a move that hits everyone. It's very costly. It costs her 3 AP. So like 3 normal attacks just in like 1, but it does hit everyone. We're seeing, yeah, this is Helonius. So the two that remain is Helonius and a Feather Shield. Feather Shields are very defensive. They're not threatening. They're just very hard to kill.
Let's have some fun.
But yeah. So Rosalinda's another thing she can do is that she's able to, yeah, there's the miss. Flying units have higher evasion against grounded units. That's just a quirk of it. So it's very hard to hit without like a ranged attack. Fortunately, Elemental Roar counts as ranged, but yeah. So that was Helonius. 3 is not what you like to see because of stamina, which is a whole other system of just being able, that's that number by Fran's head. I'm gonna do a safety thing and go camping. In the meantime, we're back to Clive. He's on a stealth mission in the most literal of senses. He is going to, first we're gonna heal at the, okay, game. Weird. Anyway, so yeah, back to Fran. So Fran's gonna move up here. I forgot to set up that Farsight Crystal. That is a-okay. Might as well reapply the light
Farsight
feather.
Crystals, by the way, create a little field where that gives you plus 40 accuracy whenever you fight inside of it, so they're extremely useful here.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Clive was not supposed to touch there, but fortunately this game is pretty generous with autosaves, so we're just gonna go back to when we beat that guy.
It's okay, it's just RNG manipulation.
Yeah.
For sure.
Absolutely.
It's not like save some of the RNG.
Nowhere is too far. At once.
Yeah. There's no scripts coming in this game, unfortunately. So if you create a save and something happens that you don't like and you reload the game, the same thing will happen.
I depart.
So you have to find other creative ways to advance the RNG.
I stand ready.
Like using ranged assists.
Understood.
I've arrived. Quite trouble.
Alright, so what Clive was supposed to do here, so we're going to make use of Wild Rush again, but we're going to delay killing. So we're going to Wild Rush twice.
Troubling.
That's that Valor skill. Very costly, but it means we can fight without having to actually fight her, because Clive is not good at combat right now, and he's low on HP. So Clive's going to sit there while Fran goes on her little adventure here. So, set that Farsight Crystal. It just helps for accuracy, just for consistency's sake, just because as long as we fight within this range, we have basically plus 50 accuracy, which is really good. Here we're going to set for Belisarius, and this is the one instance of like RNG that is we cannot account for. There is a literal coin flip here because of how targeting works. Let's see, thrust should be good. Oh, cool. So yeah, a good thing about this game is that it lets you know if you get the kill, which is nice. So the coin flip here is that since Rosalinda attacks a row, it's RNG whether he guards the fox or the bear. Ideally, he guards the fox, which he did. So from here, the bear is stunned. What stun does, it prevents them from dodging and prevents their next action. So right now, they're kind of just down for the count, which means Rosalinda can use her Elemental Roar, attack all enemies, which leaves the fox, who is very evasive. But fortunately, because of how the battle panned out, we are able to get the kill. Yeah, so that is a bit of RNG there, whether it takes 2 fights or just 1. Fortunately, lucky there. So that was the third boss we had to take down. The next one is Narcisse, who we already kind of bullied a bit. We summon a warrior and it just instantly kills. We don't see the animations for warriors, it just immediately cuts, which is funny to see. But now we're at the final boss, Galerius. And he is kind of a punk. He's very gimmicky. Yeah, to put it very lightly, he's very gimmicky. It's just him. Typically, you don't see units with just one character, but he has that distinction. Yeah, do you guys want to talk about the gimmicks and things that he does? Endgame Galerius?
I stand ready, sir.
Whoa,
Like he loves using poison and then using like skills to bring you down to like 1 HP because he doesn't like you.
Mm.
And he loves he heals a ton of
damage.
HP after every battle.
No mercy.
So the only way to beat gimmicks
his,
is for gimmicks. So
Yeah.
as you can see, so we've
Also,
I
his
menued.
little damage. Okay,
So-
go ahead. No, they got me.
Yeah. So the most broken. So first we start off with Rage of the Fairies. This prevents his start of battle skill, which would give him damage negation for the next 6 hits. Which, considering we only have a team of 3, that's basically all of our attacks.
Yeah.
If not, we can't even break the barrier. So that prevents him from starting off. And now we inflict freeze, which is Rosalinda's job now. She has freezing thrust.
Won't leave your side.
What freeze does is it prevents the unit from acting at all. And as long as we end the battle with freeze, he cannot act,
This'll be cold.
and therefore he cannot attack us. So he is just a punching bag at this point. So we use all the skills we can to try and buff our damage and hope for the
Your
best.
service.
We're really relying on Fran to use crits,
You're nothing.
which I don't believe she got a crit here, which means it's a 3 cycle, but that's okay. But yeah, it's a very gimmicky fight. It's either the only way to really win against Galerius is with gimmicks like this. And this works really well for the speed run, because not many people can fight Galerius. That's like the main reason why we have to get Rosalinda.
Yeah, either you have to like have him unable to do anything, or you have to deal with his shields, which requires using something like a Swordmaster that has a multi-hit attack.
Face me and be cut.
But yeah, so now we're here. This will kill. The battle forecast said he'll kill him, which means so once win pops up is when time. So that will be very soon. Probably once, yeah, Fran will deal the killing blow. And time. So, yeah, it goes by very quickly, this run. It is quite a beast. There's a lot more to do in this game than just go to the final boss directly. We do get the bad ending from this. There's a lot to explore. Yeah, there's a demo if you're interested at all in this game. There's a really good demo, lets you play a ton of the game. So highly recommend it. Anyways, I'll go last with saying any ending things, any outros you all want to do.
I'm good personally.
All right. Well, anyways, just for all of us, just shout out to the Unicorn Overlord speedrun community. Shout out to the Japanese speedrun community, runners like Ekula, Shu, Blanco. Just a lot of interaction and like the run has improved just through our interactions together and learning from each other. This run like used to be like over 30 minutes, but now it's been shaved down a ton to now where it's even been beat below 20 minutes. But yeah, that is all from us, I think. Thank you so much for meeting the milestone. Means so much to Alice. Thanks for watching the pretty animations with us that we typically don't see in the speedrun. And yeah, trans rights.
Trans rights, that's right. Thank you so much for being here, team. We appreciate y'all. Alrighty, and with that, everybody, this is still day 4 of running through Wonderland. We are currently at $4,901 raised and counting. We still have 1 game left for tonight. That is Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. As a heads up, we do still have 2 incentives currently open. If we reach $5,100 for the first game of tomorrow, which is Stardew Valley, we will adopt the pet that is offered to us. And alongside that, we do have a bid war that is open. When you go to the donations page, which you can find by typing in the chat !donate. At the bottom of the page, there's a little incentives bar. When you click that, we also have a Stardew Valley pet bid war open. You can put your donations towards. You can select cat or dog. Currently, cat is winning by $10. That is the objectively correct answer. But if you think I'm wrong, all you have to do is donate and tell me. We'll see who gets adopted tomorrow. All I know is I'm going to be petting my cat regardless. So if that's what you're feeling. Otherwise, I want to thank you all so much for your generosity thus far, raising $4,901 and counting. The goal was $5,000 by the end of day 5, and there's a solid shot that we break $5,000 before the end of day 4, which is absolutely incredible. And then we still have so much more coming right at you on that schedule for tomorrow, which I will be producing bright and early. So thank you all again so much for being here. That has been all for my hosting shift tonight. Taking over is the one and only Big Scared to whiskey away into the final game here. Big Scared, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. Thank you so much, Xanadir. Hello, everyone. I am Big Scared. You might know me here on Twitch as a queer variety caster, and I am so excited to be here at Running Through Wonderland. We have been doing so much great work here, raising money for Alice. We all know and love Alice. Alice is a variety speedrunner with a love of platformers and horror games, which is also my passion. She's studying psychology and neuroscience, has 2 dogs and a gecko, loves to cook, loves painting, anime, and art. And above all that, she is our friend, and we are united here today to raise money for her gender-affirming surgery. So please keep those donations rolling. We are only about $199 away from our next milestone, and I have so much hope, so much belief, so much excitement that we're gonna get that done tonight, well in advance of our Stardew Valley run tomorrow morning. For those of you who don't know, we're gonna be kicking off tomorrow with Stardew Valley Marriage Percent run by Blackheart Wings. It's gonna be a very exciting run, but we do have an open milestone to adopt the pet. So please, if you want to see that happen, get your donos in. Let me know whether you would like to see the cat or the dog. And more importantly, whether you want to see us adopt that pet. Because I would love to see that happen. And I'm so excited to see that happen. Oh, just got an update. We are only $99 away from reaching $5,000 raised for Alice. This is so huge. If we could get a $5 donation train rolling, Team Cat or Team Dog, let me know who you are rooting for. I want us to go claw to claw, toe to toe. Maybe we could lay down a trap card for our friends and get that donation going. Don't forget, up next, we're going to be having a fabulous run of Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. It is the any percent 15 card category. This is going to be such a cool run. I'm so excited, and we have the rest of the night to make this happen. Let's do it, chat.